in partnership with HP, demonstrating rewards available to you through an initiative called HP for Education. On today's call, content will be delivered by Simon Yates, Personal Systems Category Manager at HP. He'll be giving an overview of the programme and how it will benefit you. Simon will also then be followed by Colin Rossum, Team Manager at PCM Wellingborough, to deliver a brief overview of the complementary services that PCM can offer in conjunction with the programme, followed by a short Q&A at the end. So without further ado, I'm delighted to hand over to Simon.
Thank you, Richard. I hope you can hear me well.
Yeah.
So, just to give you guys a little bit of background on who I am. So I work for HP. I'm a category manager. What that means is I'm part of the business unit. I run the commercial PC business, which encapsulates the education offering that HP has in the UK. To give you some background in HP for Education, what it's all about, we have this great synopsis by one of our business leaders here in the UK, Neil Sawyer, who looks after our channel and our education business for UK and Ireland. And that is that at HP, we do recognise that schools have very tight budgets, and we also recognise that we're part of the overall solution, but also that schools have to make those really, really difficult decisions every year between buying what they need from a hardware perspective, which is an area that we're obviously invested in, or into software training courses so that teachers can actually access, utilise that hardware and get the most out of it. We don't want to encourage that. We want to stop that from happening. HP for Education is there to help prevent that and to help stop you having to make those difficult decisions between whether hardware purchases are the right thing to do, software purchases are the right thing to do, that you're going to get the right training courses in so that you can actually make the most out of that investment that you're making. And that is, in summary, what HP for Education is all about. If you go to the next slide, please. So, really, from a context perspective, to give you kind of an all-up level of what HP is all about and what we do globally, from an education perspective, we have two themes. Excuse the Americanism, but we have classroom of the future and campus of the future, obviously denoting to what we consider to be primary and secondary education in classroom of the future, and further and higher education in campus of the future. The context here all stems around the importance of the digital learning landscape, the importance of educating people with the right kind of technologies, because ultimately the jobs that a lot of these people are going to be doing in 5 and 10 years' time, and a lot of the students are going to be doing, don't exist yet. And also from a technology standpoint, things never stand still. So we have to continually give the right platform when it comes to our products, our programs, our promotions, so that our partners like PCM are able to articulate and provide you with the right kind of solutions to prepare students of today for the working world of tomorrow. If you go to the next one, please. So how do we do that? What do we use to help us come up with the right kind of product, promotion, program, of which HP for Education falls in? We use megatrends. Now, K-12 is kindergarten through 12 years, which is really the way that the Americans denote the primary and secondary education system that we have here. And going clockwise, you'll see that we start with smart schools. It's understanding the analytics behind how learning can take place. This is about recognizing that student-centric learning, as opposed to a classroom-centric learning, is the right kind of environment to be in. But to do that, you need to understand the analytics behind how learning behaviors are going through. So IoT and devices that help you do that and help you track that kind of behavior can be successful. So we bring those trends into our IT hardware. We also talk about measuring impact, so outcomes, delivering outcomes, not devices. We're not interested in simply selling laptops to schools. We're interested in selling the right kind of devices with the right software, with the right all-up solution, with the right support from our industry partners and the right support from our partners like PCM to provide the right services, an end-to-end overall story that allows you to drive the right outcome. All built into the right kind of product that has essential security elements to it. So why don't we just use the same products that you can go into PC World and buy off the shelf for schools? We don't do that because we harness our security element that comes from our corporate and enterprise platforms. So where you see the biggest businesses worried about their security, we also know that we need to push that into our school environment too. So we have dedicated products like Education Edition products from HP that deliver not only fantastic security messages, but fantastic software messages and support messages too. And the guys at PCM really bring those to life for you if you need to know more. And then finally, where HP for Education really comes to life is in the managing cost element. Of course, at a global level, HP understands that this is incredibly critical around the school and educating environment. this isn't just about the price of a laptop. Anybody can be the cheapest for a short period of time. And from a longevity perspective, that is not what HP is here for. We're here to give the best value for money story overall, and the best return on those financial decisions for every education establishment. So it's about giving good value for money, the right price for the hardware, but also an end-to-end solution that allows you to manage your budget and get the most out of every single device. And that's what we're all about. So if you can go to the next one. So with that, I'll introduce you to the pillars behind HP for Education. There are 3 key pillars. There's a trade-in program, a community tech challenge, and a learnability pillar. And in a moment, we'll go on to the next elements of those and show you them in detail. But those 3 pillars develop the core of the program. This is a program we've been running under different guises for around 8 years. So incredibly successful for HP over that period of time. And over that period of time, we've successfully donated and pushed back in a huge amount of funding into the education establishments throughout the UK and Ireland. The last 2 years, we've seen this branding of HP for Education. And to give you some context, last year, we pushed back in about $3 million of funding back into the school environment for the UK and Ireland. And this year, we're trying to get somewhere in the region of 3.5 million. So it's a significant amount of money that we push through this program every single year, and we keep building on and on every time it comes around. If you go to the next one. So specific details about each element. So let's look at the trade-in program. So this is really the engine room, the driver behind a lot of HPFE. This is where a lot of that kind of monetary value comes from that I was talking about a moment ago. So how does it work? Well, it's a cash and reward-based program. So there's up to £200 that you can receive as a total device reward at the moment for old devices that you trade in when you purchase new HP ones. That you would purchase from one of our dedicated education specialized partners like PCM, and they would be able to support you with a new device from HP, and you would be able to trade in your old device with us and get up to a £200 reward. Now that reward can be split. You can have 50% of it as cash, so £100 cash and a £100 reward, or you can take the whole thing as a reward value. When you take the cash, if that's the option you perceive and you want to go for, you receive that cash via a back payment straight to you within a very rapid 7 days. So that money comes into you and can help you from a cash flow perspective. It can help you from a budgetary perspective to help make things even more compelling and help you deliver more devices or the right kind of device for that particular opportunity. We take back laptop, desktops, tablets. They're all accepted. We're not fussy on the vendor. You can send us any vendor's product over a period of time. So we also take those devices back, and they just have to be working devices, okay, for any age group. We receive also that additional £100 of reward value. The way we place this in your wallet is very straightforward. We receive some units back from you, we qualify they're the right units, and then we place £100 of reward value into your HPFE wallet. You can then utilize that fund to exchange it for services, software, hardware products, etc., all from PCM. You can also work with some service providers who, through PCM, you can access, and you'll be able to access some fantastic additional reward values as well. Now, from a date perspective, you've got 30 days to claim from the point of your invoice of those HP goods. That's the time frame you need to go on to HPFE, do your claim so that you're able to send back your old devices to us and we're able to grant you that reward. Once that money's in your wallet, you've got up to 90 days to spend that with PCM. So there's plenty of time to plan, plenty of time to put that together with PCM, and your PCM account manager will be able to help you and take you through that on a day-to-day basis. If you go to the next slide. Okay, so from a partner perspective, we do have some service partners. Now, I'll focus in on 3 specific ones, who are the ones that PCM are really specialized in working with. So those 3 would be Tute, Tablet Academy, and eMaths Master. So what part do these brands have to play in the end-to-end story? Well, these guys have a big part to play, which is a lot of the services, solutions that they're providing are the kind of aspects and things that education establishments want to provide or want to purchase, but don't have the budget to do it today. By working with us and working with PCM for HP for Education, it opens up a lot more budget. It opens up the capability to invest in these types of software, hardware, services, solutions. So to give you an idea of what the three guys do, so Tute specifically, that's a cloud-based learning platform. What does that mean? It means it's a virtual tutoring in a virtual classroom environment. So if you have catch-up and intervention work that you need to do with certain students, if you have on-demand lessons that you want to run, if there's school day extension that you want to run for certain students or for a wide variety, you can access the Tute platform or it's a cloud-based platform. You just need a hardware device to access it with a webcam and with a microphone. And then it's a bespoke platform built by Tute, bespoke software platform, all under a very secure and protected environment. So you can have a face-to-face conversation with a teacher. There's a teacher on the other end of the webcam, a qualified teacher hosted by Tute, and they can have classrooms at multiple different schools at the same time across the country. So it's a very, very extensive platform and works particularly well for that kind of catch-up and intervention session. What about Tablet Academy? Well, Tablet Academy really helps you bring to life some of those stories of areas where you're thinking, well, I want to invest in VR technology, but I have no idea what to do with it, and my teachers will have no idea what to do with it. Tablet Academy can come in and bring that to life for you. Or it could be the simple case that you've got Office 365, you've already got it, you've already got free licensing, you've already got discounted licensing from Microsoft, so you're able to access all of that package very easily. However, you don't know what to do with it and get the most out of it. Simple training, simple engagement with Tablet Academy can help you bring that to life. And again, that's something that maybe today you just don't have the budget for, and you don't have the budget to really give your teachers the best capabilities and set them up the best way to access and utilize that technology you've already got or you're going to purchase. But this kind of program enables you to do that. And finally, eMaths Master in a little bit of detail. This is really about specifically a maths learning platform. So what does that do? It enables you to take a non-maths specialized teacher and allow them to run a maths course and a maths set of lessons. So this is a great way, especially when you have resourcing gaps, resourcing issues, especially around maths, which is a big issue across the UK, to enable that and to support teaching assistants, to support science teachers who are covering for maths teachers, lots and lots of different ways. But the maths platform that's in eMaths Master not only supports the teacher, but it also has a student edition that can support the student as well and get them through that all-important maths GCSE with the right kind of support. And again, these are accessible platforms that previously probably would have not been a budgetary requirement and a budgetary need, but here we're giving you the opportunity to do it and something that can really enrich and really help deliver those outcomes. And as you see through those three particular options, there's no other investment required. It uses the hardware platform that you've got. These are software options or they're training options. You're not going to have to invest outside of the particular item that you're purchasing. £1,000. Okay. Now you might be clever enough to figure out that there are 4 quarters, obviously, in a year, and we've already said we're going to reward 5 people on the next slide, on the next element. Sorry. So you can see here that obviously we don't know maths very well, but the reality is that the first nominations came in, and we just couldn't decide between the 2 winners. So we granted them both an award. So that means we'll do 5. So we'll spend a little bit more than we thought this year. So the 2 winners are Glasgow Academy and Woodland School in Essex, already winners, already granted their funding, and already making a supreme amount of headway with how they're going to invest that. So the £25,000 tech fund is based on an industry panel judging submission. So you submit to us, the email address is just at the bottom there. You put your submission in. It can be video-based, it can be text-based. The video ones really come across amazingly well, and it's a great, great part of the program for us. Really, really great to see all those different submissions. And then an industry panel, so that's ourselves, Microsoft and Intel will all judge those submissions. We have 2 months of submissions and then 1 month to make the decision. So where the community element comes in and the community element and engagement comes in is retrospective, it's after the donation. So we make the £25,000 up front, but then what we do is we ask that the school engages the local community for a 6-month period afterwards to try and donate 500 trade-in devices from that local community. They can come from anywhere. They can come from local authorities, they can come from parents, teachers, they can come from the school themselves, they can come from local community businesses, small businesses, large ones. And a lot of the engagement, that the schools get in their local vicinity, in their community, is fantastic and helps really bring to life the overall story of what the STEM or STEAM learning element was that got them the win in the first place. That 500 devices, by the way, is a target. It is not necessarily essential. It's retrospective. It comes after the funding, and it doesn't affect the funding element. If you want to go to the next one. Thank you. So we also have learnability. So HP learnability is our third pillar that falls under HP for Education. What's this one all about? Well, it's a one-to-one device program. And yes, you may have seen some of these before. Ours differs slightly. Okay, and really what we focus on there is making sure that we're getting the right kind of products to the students. Okay, so we are focused on the right kind of hardware. So not only is this about a pricing game and a budgetary management game, but it is really about getting the right IT hardware to the right people. There's no risk involved in it for the school. That risk is underwritten, okay, and there is a very, very low cost of admin. A lot of these programs can deliver significant amounts of admin for the school. We all know that schools don't have the time, energy, or resources to put behind these kind of programs from an administrative perspective. So we have purposefully selected partners that enable us to build a program that PCM confronted to you that is very, very low admin. So the students get a personal ownership of the devices. Fantastic. So they're going to get their device. They're going to get personal ownership of it end-to-end. That's a huge benefit, okay? And having that device from a personal perspective means they can use it at home, use it in the classroom, as they like. The parents get a very compelling cost per position versus retail, and they get a monthly payment with no credit check, and they get the ownership at the end of the term. So what does that mean? How do you even make that happen? Well, what really happens is that the school takes out a lease agreement for the devices that are required. They purchase those devices from PCM. PCM help them roll them out. And then the parents are making a monthly contribution to the school directly, and the school pays the lease. So the school has the credit. The parents don't have the credit. They just simply set up a monthly direct debit. But then you've got things like chasing of payments, etc., to worry about. Well, that's where we come in to take away that administration. So we have a team that will chase the payment, do the setup, do the marketing, and the marketing materials you're going to need to get the parents interested in the first place. We also have the right kind of insurance to protect not only the devices, because obviously they're leased, so you need to protect them against breakage, theft, etc., but also to protect against non-payment. So we have gap insurance to protect against non-payments for if one of those parents for some reason stops paying their direct debit. So all of that exists within the platform to make it no risk, low admin, and to ensure that those right products with the right kind of extended warranty and dedicated e-safety cadence to make sure that the safety and security of the user is paramount to that process are all included. So that's HP learnability. Now, the real differentiator that comes in, because you might be thinking, well, I've seen programs similar to that. Why is the HP program different? What really makes it the HP program is we also add in the capabilities, as we've seen before, for parents to trade in their old devices, which means that from a cost-effective perspective, it will help you reach more parents than ever before. On average, these kind of programs, you might get up to 90% success rate across a year group of allocation. But really, with those kind of things, it's going to increase that and it allow more parents to access the program, more parents to be able to afford that, and more parents and more students to therefore benefit from a fantastic one-to-one computing platform. Do you want to just go to the next one, please? Okay, so what are you going to do next? So you've heard from me, you'll hear a little bit from the PCM guys about how they can wrap around some solutions and what you can spend that wallet cash on as well. But really, the call to action, the thing to do after this is to start engaging with us and with PCM. And what you can do is you can actually get a small benefit in a very short space of time, which is by the end of July, we're going to have an offer still running of £500 that's given to any school that's brand new to HP for Education that registers with us. You do this with PCM. They'll guide you through the whole process. There's no hard work to do. They take you through a portal called HP Classroom of the Future. What you're going to do there is you're also going to learn about some of these service providers in greater detail. You're going to learn about what they do. And from that, it's going to give you a showcase, an illustrative, dedicated showcase, all about your interests. So it's not, you're not going to be hit with 8 different things if you don't want to hear about them. The things that make sense for you as a business. The PCM account manager will guide you through, make sure you get the right content. You'll be able to see that. You'll be able to select the reward you want. So from this, I might want £500 of free Tute licenses, for example. Fantastic. You make that selection. That money goes through your wallet the same way as it does when you do a trade-in, straight to PCM, and they can then do the process with Shoot for you so that you get access to your free reward. You could also do that with Tablet Academy. You could do that with eMaths Master. These are fantastic, accessible services, and this is just a starting point. And this money is completely free. We put it through HP FrontSit, and we get the support of our fantastic dedicated partners like PCM to support you through those stages of that process. Now, I'll be around, obviously, for the Q&A after Colin takes over, and we can answer any questions that you've got around the process or the program. But that is HP for Education. And if you just go to the next slide, you'll just see that summary of those 3 pillars. So you've got the trade-in program, which is the engine room. That's what's rewarding. That's what's driving significant amounts of not only budgetary discount, but also budgetary expansion money that can help you, gain access to extra services, support, PCM services, PCM support, etc. You've got the Community Tech Challenge. Go and nominate yourself. The nominations run till tomorrow for this round, okay? So you probably haven't got a huge amount of time. That's the end of June. The next nomination round will be until the end of September. So plenty of time to get your new nominations in, okay? So it's nominations@hptechfund.com. Email us. A video goes down massively well. And then HP Learnability, this is your one-to-one computing platform. You probably missed the window for a lot of that engagement now for new year groups, but it's definitely something to start planning with. And you can go to hplearnability.com and see some more details, register your interest, or your PCM account manager can give you more details on that one as well. Thank you very much, and I'll hand over to Colin.
Thank you very much, Simon. Hi, I'm Colin Ross. I'm the sales manager for the education team at PCM. I'd like to spend a bit of time just talking to you about what our current services proposition is. Early in the year, PCM acquired 2 specialist services businesses, Stack and ProVista. Stack are a mature service provider with 30 years of experience in the market, providing Microsoft-centric expertise around data center, networking, wireless LAN, IP devices such as CCTV telephony, managed and support services, and ad hoc project work such as Office 365 migrations, audio-visual installations, and much more. ProVista are a Cisco Gold partner, the 2nd highest accredited in Europe, and specialise in data center, IP, and wireless LAN, including Meraki and sort of cloud services. Both provide assessment, design, proof of concept, deployment, and support services, ultimately helping our clients to deploy meaningful and successful IT projects. If you can move the slide on, please. So now, though, I'd like to focus on workspace mobility, as this will complement any purchase made in conjunction with the HPFE program. As well as acquiring 2 sort of specialist companies, we've also built our own config and warehouse centre in Sheffield. Within there, we offer a number of services, such as image and deployment. So we're capable of imaging devices, either from a gold standard or using services such as SCCM. We then assist with a white glove service by either handing out devices to end users or installing them to desk. The idea being that they're up and running straight away for you. We're able to do things like asset tagging, either your own tags or supplied by PCM. But more importantly, we help capture all the information you might need for an inventory system, such as make, model, who the end user is, what software is installed, warranty details. We'll capture this so you can enter it into your inventory management system. We can actually go a little bit further by assisting with inventory management, so supporting the onboarding and offboarding process, ensuring users can use their devices right away. When they leave, collect the devices in order to protect the school's data by disabling things like logins and making sure data is erased. We do hardware and configuration and repacking. So this could be the installation of RAM, fitting and test of any supplied accessories such as privacy filters or 4G SIMs, all testing our configuration center before leaving site. As part of our gold service, we offer to repack all the supply hardware, so it could be mouse, keyboard, laptops, etc., into one packaging, removing unnecessary documents and reducing the waste burden on you or your end user. But we can also add documentation in there as well. So this could be things as welcome letters, fair usage policy guides, letters to parents explaining what to do if they have a problem when they receive the device and they can't get it up and running. All these services are offered in-house by PCM and with our sister companies, Stack and Provista. We also work with a number of other partners. So if you move the slide on. A number of other partners to complement what we offer. These tend to be around training and user adoption services or niche solutions such as on-demand or self-paced learning resources. Example are a few on the screen, as Simon kindly talked through to Tablet, Cabinet and Email Master. Together with our partner community, we can typically address any challenges school may be facing. So please let us know what your challenges are. So what does this all mean? Well, our aim is to work in partnership with your IT team in order to deliver cost and operational efficiencies to IT staff and a seamless out-of-the-box experience for teachers and students, allowing them to leverage the technology to improve learning outcomes. We want to work with those in IT to deliver better solutions and help make it easier for the end users to leverage the best that technology has to offer. So, yeah, with that, thank you for giving your time today for myself and my colleague Simon. We have a sprocket to award to the people who attended. We'll do that via email at the end. But if you have any questions, please do ask. Okay. Hi, Matthew. Did you have a question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, Matthew,
I can,
go
Matthew.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought my microphone wasn't working on my laptop. I'm more interested in, obviously, the trade-in scheme. For example, obviously, I'm working with Carl at the moment in regards to trading in old Windows laptops or Chromebooks. On your slide, you mentioned £100 cash and £100 reward. Is the price varying between Chromebooks and Windows? Because it says up to on that slide, I believe.
Oh, hi, Matthew. It's Simon. So I'll take that one quickly. So we have two differentiations, but the differentiation comes from the product that you buy, not the product that you trade in.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're buying from a new technology perspective. So if you're buying a HP series, such as a 400 series platform or above, a ProBook or a ProDesk product, then you would be open to the £200 total reward value. If you're buying a HP product, such as a 200 series or a HP Chromebook, then you would go to a lower value, which is a £100 total reward value. Okay.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Traded in products don't impact the valuation.
Yeah, so obviously the more you spend, obviously the more you get back effectively.
Yes, effectively, yes, that's correct.
Okay. And one final question. So at the bottom of the slide it says you have 30 days to claim the invoice, which I understand, and then it says 90 days to spend the wallet.
Yes.
Does that mean you have to spend that on new purchases? You can't do it on the existing ones, is that correct?
Yeah, so you would what you would do is you would make your standard upfront purchase of your HP equipment. You would get some cash and then you would get some reward. We would then expect you to invest that reward on an alternative purchase. So the main ones that we really want to focus education establishments on, obviously, is where they can get more for their money. So training services, extended warranties, all these kind of things that you can purchase after the fact that will help you make the most from that. So you would use that wallet spending on that, which is why we give you those 3 months to do it, basically.
Okay, lovely. Can't think of any more questions at the moment. I think that's cleared that up for me, so that's perfect.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for the questions.
Any other questions? Brilliant. Okay. Well, again, thank you very much for participating in this webinar. We have a HP Sprocket 2 award, so we'll review the attendee list and email the winner directly with that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.